an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept. Dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial...
Yeah.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning. Who's this?
It's Aaron.
How you doing, David?
Aaron.
And Rudy.
Pretty good.
It's my wife, Erin.
Oh. Okay.
She works in the prison
I
ministry.
didn't recognize your voices. I think I'm losing my mind here.
No.
You better not do that. We got lots of work for you out here.
Okay, I just sent you an email.
Okay.
You know what it is? I dial your number so often anymore that I dial your number when I think I'm calling somebody else.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I didn't recognize your voice.
I got you. Well,
It's like a habit, you know?
You thought you were calling somebody else. Hey, I never got John B. Wells Part 1, and I had a conversation with the VA this morning.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what happened to Part 1. I checked it. I sent it to you, and I sent it to Guy. It's an excuse to ask Guy if he got it.
okay. Yeah, I can
I
text
could
him.
retype it, but it was a long email. I mean, super long. And
Yeah. You don't get
I'm
copies?
kind of discouraged.
Yeah.
What now?
You don't get copies? Like if you send it, it doesn't save it in your sent folder?
No, I have to print it out and retype it. They won't let me.
Wow. That's
Well, our
terrible.
hands are tied here, totally.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's why it takes a lot of money to do this stuff. You know, I'm doing the best I can.
I understand.
Gavin, he jumped up and he says, when I get one here in my hands and I can see it on my bench working, then I'm in. Well, you know, they got $6,000 in that one they just built, and
Yeah.
you know, I was trying to explain that to you yesterday. So it looks like Gavin's not going to initially be in, but the other people are all wanting to get going. And I tried to explain to Gavin we don't really need much but $1 from anybody, because really I'm pretty sure the Hinkson transformer is going to work, and I think for under $100 a piece, I think it's going to generate $200, $300, maybe $400 worth of power. So what I'm thinking we could do is, you know, get a few of those placed, and then 30 days after that, we just keep plowing the money back in and buy a few more of them and go get them installed. And in 6 months, we should have literally, you know, 10,000 of them floating around out here, and all these checks coming in. That would really fund what we're doing. See?
Yeah.
This is my plan.
You know, you're an incredible businessman, and that's how your mind works. I completely understand. I just want you out of prison. I'm going to try to contact Guy, because I hope we didn't lose that John B. Wells Part 1. I did speak to Juan at the VA's office, and the challenge with telling anybody your story is it's so incredible. It's like I overwhelm him. It's like I've got this man. He's my friend of mine.
I know.
He's innocent. He's been 15 years in prison. There's this guy named Joe Swisher that wore a fake Purple Heart. It's like I'm telling him, you know, the Casper and the Friendly Ghost, and I told him I have all the information to back up what I'm saying. But what he said, in order for me to talk about your file, you've got to fill out a form, and he said he's going to mail you a copy, and you have to authorize me to speak on behalf of your file. And so you'll get the form, and you'll decide what to do with it.
Okay, now just so you'll know, my father has my POA, power of attorney, but so does Dennis Chan, and so does Herman Massengale.
Okay.
I don't know if any of that matters, but is there any way if somebody has a POA to do business in my name?
What is exactly the...
Can they work with the VA to get moving faster?
I don't see why not.
I'll have to call the VA and ask them.
Okay. But yeah, I will do that. That's real good. If they mail that form, were they surprised when you told them the story about Swisher? Well, they never heard of it.
Okay, keep in mind, David. Here's always my challenge. It's a guy named Juan.
He's Chinese.
He was Hispanic. He answered the phone, and he's probably just trying to help, you know, volunteer for the day. And he's got some guy that calls him, and I say, I'm calling on behalf of David Hinkson. Here's the file number. I've got a letter that he mailed me from prison. He's a friend of mine. He spent 15 years in prison as an innocent man. You know, there's a guy by the name of Joe Evan Switcher that lied about him. It's like the guy's like, listen, it's like, here's the deal. I need to be speaking to the manager of Walmart, and I'm speaking to the guy who's putting, you know, the rice and beans in aisle 5. You know, it's not that I...
Right.
You know?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you're just doing the best you can. That's all you can do.
Right.
I'm the cavalry, though. You get me out, we're gonna fix this system.
Hey, are you?
That's why they put me in prison. I get things done, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's like Rudy. Hey, have you heard of the House Bill 473? It's the political prisoner NDAA bill.
No, what's it say?
It's in Idaho, and it pertains to your case, apparently. And I think Idaho is shooting down this NDAA bill. House Bill 473. You could look at that.
Well, we probably.
Do you think it's not going to pass?
I don't think it is. And Ammon Bundy is pushing really hard for
This call is from a federal prison.
exposure.
Aaron Bundy.
Ammon Bundy's on the case too. He's working on stopping the NDAA.
Why would you want to stop it?
National Defense Authorization Act allows them to lock you up for 2 years before your trial.
That's what they did to me. I was 2 years in the Boise jail.
I know, so you should look up this whole House bill and see what you can find on it, because they should never have done that to you, and you weren't even able to work on your own case from inside the jail in the hole.
It's true. Okay. Anyway, I just typed you up an email.
You know, we did a 30-minute interview with Jeremiah last night. It went really well. I can tell his heart. He's very sincere and authentic, and he had a lot of good information to share.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Right. He's a good kid, you know. He's a real good kid. He was raised LDS, but he likes to drink beer.
Okay.
Yuck.
I would say he's totally not LDS at this point. I mean, really, he's Christian.
No,
he was raised. His father dropped out of his father's dropped out of the church too.
Really?
You know, his father. Yeah, his whole family's basically unmormonized. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
That's great.
Rudy asked him if he believed in God, and he said yes.
He said he would have to do some more research when I asked him which God, because you got to say specifically nowadays. God is such a vague term. But I said God of the King James Bible.
Right.
He said he would need to do more research, but I think he's been focusing so much on the mechanical and electrical stuff that we need to witness to him as our time allows and as he is open to it.
He didn't mention LDS.
I've been talking to him. I've been talking to him about how I prayed to the right God and how I got attacked. And I, this is like a guy raised a Mormon, and was raised a Mormon. He's only like 22 years old. He's a very young kid, but he's very smart.
Yes, he's very smart, and he's very authentic, and I gather he's just very sincere in what he's doing, and I gather he's a very hard worker too. So I was very impressed.
So anyway, but I'll just sell gallons for $20. But excuse me, I sent you over an email just now, talking about how to make more product cheaper. See, the problem is copper, for instance. Well, let's take concrete de-icer. You can put this on the line. Concrete de-icer, if you sprinkle it on the concrete, it erupts the concrete and it damages the concrete. Okay. And
This call is from a federal prison.
calcium carbonate, which is what's sold in the Tums pills and the antacid pills and the calcium supplement pills, is blackboard chalk, and it causes kidney stones, bone spurs. It does not harden your bones. There's a huge conspiracy in this calcium field. But anyway, I take calcium hallmarked metal and I process it in such a way where it's non-toxic. And the difference is calcium chloride is similar to what I make, but mine, you can rub it in your eyes, it won't burn. You can inject it in your veins, it won't hurt you. You can put it on your skin, it doesn't burn. You dip an apple or banana in it, it's an antioxidant. It stays looking fresh and ripe, But calcium chloride, you dip the banana in there, it instantly turns as dark as it's going to get. I mean, it just rips it apart. So I typed up an email to you explaining, I sent it to Guy and everybody, explaining that we might be able to take the calcium chloride, which is in the wrong form, and fix it to where it's correct. And that would save a lot of costs in manufacturing, and it allow us to lower the price.
Okay.
See, I'm just thinking here. You know, I'm trying to solve some problems because really what we need in the future is we need this stuff to be a lot cheaper priced.
Yeah.
And it needs to be good. One of the things that caused the fight at Water Rods when I fired everybody at the time was Verl quit using ozone. Ozone is one of the secrets to putting the frequency of the Lord's water in France into the mineral. If you don't ozonate the product, you don't have good sanitation either. And that's biblical. You got to have good sanitation. But anyway, my father let these people make the product with no ozone in the process or no ozone period for sanitation. And that just really upset me. I just lost it. you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got you thinking about such things, and we need to get you out of there so that you can implement this.
Get to work.
Yeah, we need to get you out of there so you can get to work. You got a lot of work to do. But
I think Jeremiah is going to be able to get the Hinkson coil tested up and a video of it working within a week.
Oh, good.
Maybe
okay.
10 days at the most.
All right.
Yeah, and if we make that thing work, I'm thinking what we probably should do is shelve the Galt deal completely and just go forward with the transformers with no moving parts.
Yeah.
Bob Sandberg called it a Hinkson transformer before he passed away, so that name kind of stuck, you know, because I'm the political prisoner.
Right.
But
well, you only have.
If we can't make it work.
Yeah. No, you don't.
If we can't make it work, we can always go back to the Galts.
Yeah.
It's still a viable project. I love the Galt, but it just costs so much to build it.
Yeah.
You know, it costs probably a couple $1,000 to build one right now, the size we got.
Right, I understand.
And that's very expensive, you know.
Yeah, I understand. You know, you got to use your resources in the way that makes the most impact.
A lot of things. I was going to go make copies of some of the rest of the Swisher's files that I've got here, and I can also, if you you tell me what you want, I have articles already typed in the past that I can retype to you and modify slightly, like I have the Einstein's unified field theory.
Okay. We'll put it up. We got.
I rewrote it. Okay, I rewrote Einstein's unified field theory. I'll say it that way. You know that. Yeah. Because I didn't like it.
Well, yeah, I would love to put that on your webpage. We're going to have like a library of documents from you on your webpage.
It's like a library.
And so when people want to see what you've written or what you've said, they can go to this webpage, and you know everything you said will be in one place. And you know, so it'll be like a collection of articles and stuff from you.
Well, you gave me courage, you know. But this book you sent me, you know, the fact that I can now challenge Albert Einstein.
Yeah, good. That's what the book does, right? It challenges Albert Einstein, and I think that the book is. You're getting volume 2. It's in the mail. It's going to come to you probably later this week or early next week. But I think it's a very, very good book.
Challenging keeps you alive.
I never did finish the other email. I typed you up part 1 and I talked about some Christian concepts, and I never finished that other email. There was supposed to be a part 2 to that, but I can work on that too.
Okay, I'm going to text Guy and ask him if he got John B. Wells part 1. I really need part 1 if I'm going to send the whole thing to John B. Wells.
If it didn't show up, it means that's interesting. Why would that disappear?
I got part 2 and I got part 3. I just didn't get part 1. Was it labeled part 1?
I can print it out.
Does it say John B. Wells part 1?
Yeah.
Well, print it out and mail it to me if we have to. But I'll let you know next time I talk to you if Guy got it.
It was a long email. I mean, it was a full 3-pager.
I feel terrible, man. I want to get it, but I just haven't got part 1.
Okay. Do you want to modify that other letter that I sent to Rita and use that for the VA hospital?
It cut him off. He doesn't quite understand that when I talk to the VA hospital that it's like walking to somebody on the street. I don't even know how to describe it. You have to, you know, put your. I don't even know what words to use right now.